Big government is back. Keir Starmer's first King's Speech as Prime Minister revealed he plans to preside over the most left-wing government agenda in decades. It was a programme packed with nationalisation, new powers for quangos and reams of red tape. The speech touched on almost every walk of life, from transport to energy to school uniforms, and new laws on what you can eat, drink and smoke. The PM claims his radical reforms will fix the foundations of Britain, but it also adds up to the biggest raft of state intervention since the days of Tony Blair or even Harold Wilson. So what was actually in it? Sweeping plans for housing reform were cheered to the rafters by Labour MPs. A planning infrastructure bill will speed up the planning process to help build 1.5 million homes by 2029. But Labour risks the wrath of the NIMBYs and those opposed to concreting over the countryside. A new border security command will be handed new counter-terrorism-style powers to smash people smuggling gangs. The government talks a big game, but having scrapped the Rwanda scheme, Starmer still has no actual deterrent to channel crossings. Rail companies will be brought back into public ownership when their contracts expire, or if they fail their customers. A new quango, Great British Railways, will manage the rail network. Will this be the end of the line for Labour's nationalisation plans, or just the first stop? An extra 13,000 neighbourhood police officers are promised as part of a crime crackdown. Respect orders will give police powers to place restrictions on adults and tackle antisocial behaviour. Assaulting a shop worker will be an offence. A Tory plan to create an independent football regulator has been revived by Labour. Clubs will need a licence to operate and will need permission from their fans to change their home shirt colours. New laws will also bar clubs from joining any European-style Super League. Labour has vowed to deliver on its pledge to strip hereditary peers of their seats in the House of Lords. But does anyone really think reform of the House of Lords is even in the top 100 issues facing Britain right now? Yet valuable parliamentary time has now been earmarked for such a battle. Rishi Sunak's flagship smoking ban is also revived, barring anyone born after 2009 from ever buying cigarettes. Labour's tobacco and vapes bill will also crack down on vapes marketed to children and give ministers new powers to regulate flavours and even packaging. So there were the highlights, but what wasn't in the King's Speech? Well, there was a worrying lack of detail on promised reforms to get the NHS off its knees and sort out social care. Votes for 16 and 17-year-olds have also been dropped, for now. So what else was worrying in it? The Labour leader announced he's tearing up reams of trade union reforms that stop militants grinding the country to a halt at the drop of a hat. And while employment rights law sounds cuddly, businesses say they could be tied up in red tape forever. And more equalities law, that could jam our already backlogged courts. The PM knows he doesn't have long to deliver results. But will a programme promising more spending, reams of red tape, fewer vapes, more strikes and more quangos really do anything to stimulate growth? I guess we'll have to wait and see.